Hello and welcome to yet another video on a 2023 brand new cast from the A/B case. This is the Hot Wheels J Import Nissan Patrol, of course customised, in a fashion used only mainly by the Arabs, of course in the Middle East, usually around the United Arab Emirates in the desert, where they take huge, at least for me, pickup trucks and of course, well, Toyota Hiluxes, Nissan Patrols and that sort of thing, and well, they turbocharge them and make them well over 1,000 horsepower and just plough them through the desert. I will try and edit a video somewhere in right now. Of course, they are absolutely insane. So I wanted to see how Hot Wheels represented it with the hill climb race team Nissan Patrol, of course indicated here. It's a very interesting cast for Hot Wheels to have made, quite a small sort of community, at least in terms of the car community, so it's quite interesting to see Hot Wheels really represent this, and it really goes to show that the sort of the Hot Wheels demographic has opened up to a so far vast amount that they're even starting to create very small indentations and show how sort of vast and different the car community really is. So let me show you by cracking this thing open and showing really what this thing has to show off. Now, if I'm honest, I haven't had very much of a large look at this. I've only had a look in pictures. This is literally the first time I have it open and having a look. So my reaction is probably going to be yours. This is of course the Patrol out of the box, and I have a few comments to make before sort of going into deep of it. I'm very glad they used these type of wheels for it. I really think they are the best mainline off-road wheels that Hot Wheels / Mattel have done. The B-locks, they are much better than any of the other ones, and I really prefer them, especially with the grey rim. And well, it just looks fantastic just from there. So let me take you around and show you all the quirks and features in a Doug DeMuro style that this thing really does have, because it has quite a lot of them. Starting off on the front end, I'll angle it slightly better. You can see it's really got a big presence. Those tyres are sticking out huge from the already widened arches. You can see those twin turbochargers sticking hugely out of the bonnet. Nissan logo on the front, and those lovely sort of retro 80s and 90s Japanese decals. You can see on the front end, it would be nice to see this detailed. The Nissan emblem, the front headlights, indicators, and of course grille, which I really like. And I also like the fact how it just cuts off. There's nothing underneath here but a skid plate. I quite like that. It's definitely an addition I really like, and I'm definitely a fan of that. I love the way this thing's just mental. It's got big cutouts in the bonnet. In fact, next step, I'm going to go completely out of line. We're doing the top/bonnet. So on its top/bonnet, we can see the sunroof there, not a moonroof. The moonroof would be the whole thing. We can see nice sort of slits there. I'm not sure why that's like that on the genuine car. There's got to be a reason for it, but it's there on every single 90s SUV, including new ones actually. We can see the huge cutouts in the bonnet. Pretty much not a point in having it though. Not much point in having it there. Where you can see the engine inside there with bits and pieces, accessories and stuff onto the car. Accessories, apologies. And the huge turbos sticking out of the bonnet, of course twin turbocharged. I believe this would be a V6, so they are positioned on the right side. I would sort of imagine they'll be on both sides of the engine, but hey ho, it's Hot Wheels, you can do whatever you want. And I just love how mental they are, and honestly it's really realistic in terms of detail. You can see sort of tiny bolts and stuff detailed. I'm very impressed, given this is a Hot Wheels mainline piece. It really does look fantastic. It looks the business, and I'm really impressed with the mainline so far this year. They look fantastic. Moving on to the side, of course, you can see once again those huge turbos and wastegates sticking straight out of that bonnet. You can see the mud flaps on both sides, rear of the wheels. You can see the beadlock wheels suiting very nicely. You can also see the hill climb Hot Wheels race team decals inside, Nissan Patrol of course, and the zigzag 90s style sort of decals on it as well. You can also see many vents, the door handle and lock nicely detailed as well, and more ripples throughout the cast, and of course indicator detailed there as well. I am very impressed with this cast, as I've said probably about 7 times already. And well, this is the first release, so I can't imagine what more releases are going to be like. I hope to see one once again, like the Volvo, fully detailed, front, back, sides, everything soon, and maybe even a premium, filled with many different sort of odd sort of sides to the car community. So maybe one being the Volvo, being a gasser, this being the Arabian SUVs, and also many others, sort of street cars, stance cars, maybe things like that, and they could be called the car community oddballs. That would be a dream set of mine to see. So let's move on to the back and show why I think it's such an oddball, as well as everything else. Now on the rear, there is not much detail all in terms of decals. However, well, that's probably because there isn't any. You can see the nice license plate sort of light detailed there. The lights on the rear end are also there. Hinges for the doors, this will be a barn style door. You can see where the rear tyre would be for the spare, and also nice detailed bumper there. This cast is really a dream for customizers. It has brilliant details all the way around, as is. Never mind detailing them. I would be absolutely greatly looking forward to this thing fully detailed and spec'd out fully, as this thing looks awesome. If you also glimpse very closely into the back, you can see roll cage, which is a great oddity given it's an SUV in there. Of course it would have to have one because it's 1,200 horsepower roughly. Of course it would need a roll cage. So that has been the Nissan Patrol, the custom of course from Hot Wheels. I can't wait to see more of it in the future and hopefully detailed out. The interior is also as mad as it could be, with some lovely details. It's of course left-hand drive, given the drive on the left in the United Arab Emirates and that sort of area, with big bucket seats and other things like that. If you'd like to pick one up, I would definitely suggest it, because it's a brilliant cast and it's awesome. And even if you don't collect Japanese stuff, it's mental enough that you Americans would love them, given you like big American V8s and huge, stupendous amount of power in your daily cars, which these certainly are. Well, they were before they were given 1,000 horsepower. However, I'd definitely suggest any of you who are sort of looking to pick one of these up to definitely do that, because it is insanely cool. On a side note, before we end up taking the photos, I would like to show you that the new Nissan Z, launched for 2023 here in blue, has been repackaged as a 2023 Nissan Z, given that this car is launching this year. In fact, more people have already sort of bought their cars. Things like TJ Hunt already bought and customized the genuine car. So it's nice to see that Hot Wheels has changed the badging from the Z Proto to the genuine car. It's of course the same cast, same everything pretty much, except for the fact that the base, it no longer says Z Proto on it. It now says 2023 Nissan Z or Z. So that's a pretty cool side note. Back to the patrol with some more pictures. Stay safe everyone, have fun, and of course, stay juke'ing.